Baking blind with penny Melville-Brown. Decorating Christmas cakes. Hi, good morning. Today I'm going to start decorating the Christmas cakes. So I'm just chopping up some dried apricots into fine slivers, and I'm also chopping up some cherries, and then I've got some boxes of Brazil nuts and almonds, and they're all going to get stuck onto a Christmas cake with a little bit of thinned apricot jam. Now, some people seem to think that I don't look blind enough, but actually if I can chop this fruit and still talk to you, hopefully that'll prove that actually I can't see any of it. And when I drop things into the wrong box, you'll have proof of that, won't you? Because it's just automatic to look down and as if you could see what was on the board, but of course I can't see the board, I can't see the knife, I can't see my hand, I can't see the cherry. Pardon me. And there's another bit of apricot. This is going to be a really sticky day. In this bowl I've got about 2/3 of a jar of good quality commercial apricot jam, and I'm just going to give it a slug. This is all the liquid that was left over from soaking the fruit. I'm just going to give it a slug. That's a slug of that liquid. Now I'm going to put this into a microwave on medium heat so it just gets hot and starts melting a bit. Now a little hotter than warm, but not boiling, because of course there's lots of sugar in there. I'm going to grab my wand blender and just turn this into a sort of apricot slurry, but power would be helpful. What do you think, Martin? Is that looking like a slurry?
Oh yes, that's slurry-ish.
Thank you. Sounds really appetising, that, doesn't it?
Mm.
Good. That's where you wear it for the rest of the day. Okay, so here is my little board. I'm trying to keep it all neat and together so I don't knock things over too much. Let's go with a cake. These cakes are really moist now. They've had another half bottle of brandy injected into them over the last few days. And so here goes just a layer of the apricot jam. And the goal of this is that it's going to be sticky enough to stick the fruit on. And then we have the joys of doing some patterns on the top with the fruit and the nuts. So this is a bit free form, depends how you want to do it. You can do it all neat circles, but that could look a bit boring. I'm just going to do it in long sort of stripes, I think, today, but I'll do different ones on different cakes as I think about it. I think that's enough cherries. So here we go with some, I'm going to put the apricots, I'm going to do the apricots in a second. Let's do some nuts. Mainly because I'm just trying to alternate the textures and the colours against each other. Right, this is the tricky bit. it's putting on some of this glaze without lifting them all off again. You have to excuse fingers, but I have washed them again. I just need to feel where the edge of the cake is. And this cake is from my friend Sue. I've been making cakes for her each Christmas for years now. How's that look, Martin?
Looks pretty good to me.
And last thing, just to give it a bit of Christmas glitz, a sprinkling, I hope, of gold dust over the top, and then I'll let that dry before I put a paper band and a ribbon around it. One down, about 13, 15 of these to go. Thank you, Martin.
Looked lovely. Well done.
And there's the first batch of cakes done and decorated, and I've only got a slightly gold finger.
They look absolutely amazing.
I've been working really hard, and I've got all these little cakes marzipaned. I'm just going to ice the top, so there's just a quick whiz of the remains of the apricot slurry, and we were pretty accurate with the amount we wanted. Disc of marzipan, which I rolled out using some icing sugar. Disc on top. Forgive me, WI. And that will do us. And then they just need to dry for 24 hours before I start icing them. Ta-da! So we've just made royal icing with egg whites and icing sugar and a little bit of glycerin. And the key things around this are that you must sift the icing sugar, and you only put in a teaspoonful of glycerin. And that's why Karen's helping me, because I've done this before. We've put too much glycerin in, and all the icing just came rolling down the sides of the cakes, which was a bit of a disaster. And by keeping a palette knife in hot water, it just makes it easier to spread. And I did have a go at trying to do this earlier, but I was a bit of a failure. So here they all are, and I hope they're looking impressive. That's over 30 little Christmas cakes that I'm going to be giving away to friends this year. And you'll see that some of them have got the fruit toppings and others got the icing with the little pewter decorations. Looks fabulous, I hope. You can download this and all the other recipes from my blog at www.icing-.